Welcome back, SethBling here. Today I want to show you a concept for rings from Sonic the Hedgehog in Minecraft. So this dispenser here has a bunch of arrows in it. I'm going to use this to damage myself. Now in my inventory you'll notice I have 24 rings. Now the rings basically act as a buffer from damage. So if I get hit rather than taking damage, I'm going to spew my rings everywhere. And that's what we see. The rings go everywhere. Now I only have a few seconds to pick them up before they despawn, which is just like what happens in the side-scrolling game. And so now I only have 8 in my inventory. I was only able to collect 8. Let's get hit again. 8 apples go in all different directions. Let me only collect like 3 so I can demonstrate that it is only spewing as many rings as you have. So now I get hits, 3 rings get spewed out. I probably have enough time to collect all of them before they despawn. Yeah, I just barely got that one in time. So it does work very similarly to Sonic the Hedgehog. If you were building a custom map with this, you could have rings spread throughout the map that are set not to despawn and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Of course, if you don't have any rings in your inventory and you take damage, just like in Sonic, you die. So it works very similarly. And then let me just grab, if I have like a ton of rings in my inventory, 43, you can see 43 rings aren't getting spewed out. It's actually about 15. It's just like in the game. If you have too many rings, it kind of truncates the number of rings that you actually spew when you get hit. So let me go briefly over how this works. I have a bunch of command blocks over here. Obviously I have a clock going off about 5 times a second. And the clock is doing a few things. So this is the clock. We're setting, whenever a player, oh that's just, so when you die, your damage gets set to negative. So this thing resets your damage to 0. I don't know, it gets set to a really low negative value if you die. Anyway, so I'm using a scoreboard objective called damage. And let's actually take a little bit of damage here. And so when I get damaged, if you look at that damage objective, very briefly, it pops up to, well, it was 30 there. And that's what I'm using to track when the player gets hit. And so when the player gets hit, basically I check if they have any golden apples in their inventory. That's what this command does. The 0 at the end means to clear 0 golden apples. And if they do, then I set their kill score to 0, which means don't kill them because they do have some rings in their inventory. Otherwise, once we get to the end down here, we're going to kill everyone with a kill score of at least 1. So that's how the game prevents you from getting killed if you do have rings in your inventory. And then the spew of rings is caused by these command blocks. So we're checking, or we're removing 1 golden apple from the player's inventory. And if we're able to do so, this comparator will turn on, and we're going to summon an item relative to the player with a certain amount of motion. So it'll be like traveling away from the player when it spawns. And so all of these command blocks, in fact, I think I can even press the button and we'll see a couple of apples get spewed out. Whee! So you can see that those are what cause. So basically, if you have 1 ring, then this command block will trigger and it'll clear the only ring from your inventory. And then the rest of these will try and remove an apple, but won't be able to, and so they won't trigger. But if you have like 5 rings, then 5 of these command blocks will trigger, and you get the idea. And then at the ends here, we remove all the remaining golden apples from the player's inventory. So if there's more than, I think, 16 golden apples in the player's inventory, the first 16 will cause the rings to get spewed out from the player, and then after that they'll just get removed. And then there's some other stuff here to play the sound when you do get hit. I just wanted there to be nice feedback indicating that you drop some rings when you do get hit. That's pretty much how it works. You can try building it for yourself. It'd be cool to see this in a Sonic map. That's about it. Thanks for watching.